Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be unboxing and testing this Ryobi 15 amp 10 inch foldable table saw. Ryobi number RTS23. Now for Christmas, Grandma bought me this same table saw, except this had the stationary stand, and what I did is I went and returned it and got a little bit of an upgrade, and I wanted the foldable stand, which this is because it has wheels. You can fold it, put it in your truck and adjust it, and this is like one of the major tools I don't have, a table saw. So let's open it up and see what's inside. Here are 4 legs. Here is our push stick, our side bracket, here's our adjustable fence, bag of hardware, here's our 2 wheels that you can roll around. And there's the table saw. So let's put this together. Okay, so first we're going to install our stand legs. Now, here's the folding aspect of the legs. It's got this little clamp here, release, so you can fold it down. So this just goes down here. This latch clicks it into place like that. And we're going to install these legs on it now. So all 4 legs are on. They have that center metal piece, as you can see right here, for additional strength. I'm gonna also be adding the cross piece on. That's our next step. It's this here that goes across for extra strength. And these are all labeled A, B, C, and D. So just make sure they're aligned with the right letter, obviously. And then I just use my adjustable wrenches. Pretty fast and simple. Okay, so one thing I wanted to mention is I'm doing this on a tarp, obviously, because I'm doing it on the deck, and you got that tiny little hardware. Don't want to drop it in between the deck boards. Also because it's very wet out, and as you can see, the driveway is pretty much ice. We had a big snowstorm over the weekend. Now, I'm going to be adding the wheels on, as well as an additional self-tapping screw that goes through that metal plate there and the cross bracing. Okay, so those went on with 13mm nuts, and do a spin test because you don't want to tighten the nut down so far it doesn't turn at all, but you want it snug enough to where the wheel doesn't rattle. So there's our wheels. Now our next step is to be installing this sliding extension table. got this fully assembled here, and I want to tell you guys that these bolts, do not tighten them, do not crank them down super tight like I did, because that's your folding pivot point. I learned that, but here's how it works. So it's got a clip right here. You loosen, unclip, bring this up, flip this up, this, put through this, actually zips down like so. You can grab it, flip it all the way back, and then there's another clip here that you can lock, and then now you use your legs as handles and you can roll it around like so. Now you can also take these legs fully off and just have your table saw flat or mounted against something like a bench or something, but I like the idea of a portable table saw that I can fold down into pretty thin to where I can fit it in the back of my truck here. So now what I have to do is I have to adjust the fence, the cross cut, and everything to make sure that everything's square. My cable adjustment is correct for my sliding extension. That is a pretty cool feature. Look how wide of stuff I can cut with this. This has the locks on the outside here, and then this pulls out. You get, and actually you can get about 2 feet plus of room that's supported. So that's pretty cool. Here's the fence. It's got a little red indicator that I'm going to line up on my different measurements here and make sure that this is square to the blade. Okay, so I got the blade set on 0, and it's 0, so that's good. It's got a double lock down here, lock, and you can slide it. I don't know if this one doesn't have indents. Like my crosscut tool here that needs to be adjusted. Usually they have like little indents. You loosen it and then it'll like click into like your certain increments, like your 0, your 30, your 15. This does no clicks. So gotta make sure this is right. And this screw is a little loose, so this indicator moves a little bit, so that's not the greatest, but and we'll do our fence now. Our fence is set at exactly 6 inches. And as you can see here, right to the edge of the blade is 6 inches, front and back. So we know that this is good. Then we can test this. This is on exactly 0 degrees right now, and it's 0. I'm gonna tighten down this screw though. Set it to 45. And it's exactly 45. So this is good. This is just a Phillips screw. So I think this table is pretty much set up where I need it to be. Okay, so I don't know. I got lucky, I guess. I didn't have to adjust this at all. I got my fence set. I just put it on a solid number of 17 inches. So when this is fully closed, this is accurate, because this fence right now is on this part of the sliding extension table. It should be 17 inches to the edge, this edge of the blade, and it's exactly 17 to this side of the blade. So now when I pull my extension out, I read the bottom green set numbers. So I'm just going to pull it all the way out, and it's exactly on the 27 to the green. So that means is from the edge of the fence now to the edge of the blade, it should be 27 inches. And if you look here, get it square, it's exactly 27 inches to the edge of this blade. So this is all set up good. And what we always do is before you cut something, obviously lock it and measure the front and the back of your blade. And what we do is usually add just the littlest bit to the back side. That way you don't get any bind when you're going through it. That's just something we do here. Okay, got it plugged in. Let's see how well this runs. Here's a run. It stops pretty fast, so it's got a brake on it. It's pretty nice. Up to a 27-inch rip capacity, up to 3-inch 90-degree cuts, up to 2.5-inch 45-degree cuts. So it's pretty good size. I didn't want to get a battery style, and I got Ryobi because I already have a lot of the Ryobi tools. I wanted to get this electric style because it's got a lot more power. So let's do some cuts. So I want to be making a box, so I'm going to be ripping the tongues off all these little tongue groove boards. So that cut pretty good. Let's check it out. Usually I have some on the other end to hold it, but nice smooth cut. I'm gonna rip down some more. How about we try a cross cut now? We'll just do a simple 0-degree cut. Make sure we're on 0. I did tighten down that screw. Turn her on. Look at that. Let's do a 45 now, because I want a 45 miter the ends here. So we'll come down here, loosen it, lift it all the way up to our 45, make sure our indicator's on the mark, and then we're going to lock it into place. Gotta make sure that we'll get a full 45 on it. Try this out, see how this works. There's our 45. I wanted to show you, obviously, your fence will go here in this bracket, and then your cross cut has a little thumb screw, and it has a little hole in it, and it just mounts right up underneath, like so. So all your tools are with you, out of the way. I don't know where your push stick goes. There's probably a bracket for it, but yeah. So here's a little unboxing and test with the table saw here. I'm going to be using this to build a lot more projects in the future. I like to build furniture and tables and stuff. My friend Cameron came up, build a table with me. I didn't have a table saw to rip down some lumber, so we had to use Dad's. But table saws can be used for just about everything. You can build everything on it. It's a main tool I really needed. And thank you, Grandma, for the present. I really am enjoying this so far. And thank you for watching. I hope you found this helpful. So there it is, the Ryobi 15 amp table saw.